Hey guys, today I'm going to have my top 10 weight loss tips. Number one, track your calories. Tracking calories is the most optimal and accurate way to track your food intake. The study shows people are generally off between 30 to 40%. So always try your best to track your calories as accurate as you can. So always try to be in a slight caloric deficit of around 250 to 500 calories daily if your main priority is to lose weight. And lose the weight slowly and keep your resistance training up. So train just as hard as you were as if you were in a lean bulk. So always using progressive overload, regardless if you're in a caloric deficit or not. So if you're tracking your calories right, and you're in a slight caloric deficit and you're losing weight slowly, that's amazing. But if you're tracking your calories and you think that you're in a caloric deficit, maybe you're tracking them incorrectly. And it is quite hard to get it 100% accurate. Even I can't do it. And I've been tracking calories for 5 or 6 years consistently now. So if I can't do it, then, most people can't do it, not 100%. Most people are off, that do track extremely consistently, still off by 10 to 15 to 20%. But the average person is probably off somewhere between that 20 to 40%. So just always try your best and just readjust if you're not losing weight and you're tracking calories. You might just need to eat a little bit less than what you're actually eating because you might be tracking incorrectly. You might be still eating too many calories near your total daily energy expenditure. Especially if you're having a little snack here and there and you're not tracking it, or you're putting extra oil into your pan and things like that, they can definitely add up. And if you're not tracking it and staying accountable, that could be a reason why you're not losing adipose tissue. Number two, incline walking and zone 2 cardio. 60 to 70% of our max heart rate. Research shows that zone 2 cardio is the best for fat loss because its main priority is to burn fat as the main primary source of energy over glycogen. Always start with about 20 to 30 minutes of walking per day. Then you want to increase 10% per day till you get to around 60 minutes, and then eventually 10K steps per day. The benefits of doing 10K steps per day is it can help reduce risk of developing heart diseases, cancer, and dementia. It can help with energy, focus. It can help with weight loss. There's so many good benefits to walking 10K steps per day. And I would highly recommend it. I do it every single day. I use my phone to track my steps, or you can use a wristwatch, one of them smart wristwatch. They've got the new rings now that you can use to track your steps. So there's many ways that you can track your steps per day. And if you're getting up to 10K, that's awesome. Keep it up and keep consistent with it, guys. Definitely so many benefits for your heart, and also helps regulate weight and helps you lose weight as well. If you're in a caloric deficit, it can help you bring up your total daily energy expenditure. All right, number three, high protein diet. Around 30, for me personally, I have around 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal, spread out evenly around 4 to 5 meals per day. Okay, so they're spread out 4 to 5 hours per day. Research shows that you can activate muscle protein synthesis up to 4 to 5 times per day. So this is needed to maximize muscle growth, right? So what else is protein amazing for, right? Recovery, growth, and also satiation. So it's going to keep you fuller for longer. It's a lot more filling than carbs and fats. So if you have a high protein and fiber diet, generally you'll keep a lot more satiated throughout the day. And you spread it out nice and evenly every 4 to 5 hours, 40 grams of protein. You're having 200 grams a day, hypothetically. That's amazing. Like, you can get amazing results. You're getting enough protein in. You're staying satiated throughout the whole day, which is amazing. And also, protein has a higher thermic effects. This means that you will burn roughly 20 to 30% of the calories you eat from protein through the digestion process. So let's just say that you're eating 200 grams of protein per day. That's 800 calories because every gram of protein is 4 calories. So if you have 200 times it by 4, that's 800 hypothetically. And then we're burning off 20 to 30% just through digestion. So that's around 160 to 240 calories just through the digestion process. Alrighty, guys. Next one. Number 4, increase your NEAT. So what is NEAT? NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And what is NEAT exactly? Like, people ask me all the time, what is NEAT? So burn more calories without actually exercising. That sounds great, right? Like burning more calories without actually exercising. There is ways to increase your NEAT. So, taking the steps over the elevator to get up to the work building, parking further away from the shops, to walk them extra, you know, might be an extra 100, 200 meters. You might get an extra couple of hundred steps in, you know, parking further away from the shops on purpose, you know, get off a bus stop earlier. So if you get a bus to work every day, you know, you might want to get off earlier and walk the extra distance from the stop before your stop, so you can get an extra, you know, couple of hundred steps in, or even 1,000 steps in per day. And generally, you know, it doesn't take too much time out of the day. It's very convenient for you to do. You might take the dog for a walk, you might wash the dishes, you might, you know, mow the lawn, things like that. That's going to add up. They're going to add up the calorie burning through need without you actually exercising. You know, you actually, it's like, yeah. So this can allow you to burn up to 300 to 600 calories extra per day without taking too much time out of your day and convenience. Do this each day and you will be able to eat more calories as you are burning more calories through need. So that's awesome, right? You can burn, you know, an extra 300 to 600 calories per day without taking too much time and convenience out of your day, just by including need into your routine every day. And then it will become a habit, just like anything in life, I guess. So next one, number 5, increase TEF. So what's TEF? Thermic effect of feeding. Not all foods burn the same number of calories through the digestion process. Different foods burn more than others. It takes much less energy to convert fat into stored body fat than it does from protein. So generally what I'm saying is, you know, fat's about 0 to 3% and proteins are roughly around 20 to 30%. So fat is a lot easier. It's a lot easier to digest fat and turn it into fat for your body and than it is for protein, because protein is a lot harder because, you know, it has to go through that digestion process because it's got a higher thermic effect. So just by eating more protein, you can lose more fat. So fats take 0 to 3%, carbs take roughly 5 to 10%, and proteins take roughly 20 to 30%. So you will burn more calories through the digestion process if you eat more protein in your diet. Also, fruits and vegetables loaded with fiber also burn a lot of calories through the digestion process also. Are all calories created equal? The answer is yes. All calories are the same, but some calories just take more work to digest, so you're going to burn more calories through the digestion process, basically. Number 6, guys, hydration. Have you ever been in a calorie deficit and felt hungry? I surely have. I know I have, but 8 times out of 10, it's usually just because you're dehydrated. I'd recommend increasing your water intake to a minimum of 1 gallon a day, as water is going to keep you satiated and feel full. So it's going to help fill up the stomach. You know, you might want to have 500 mils of water before you have a meal, just to help you stay fuller for longer. Yeah, definitely drinking more water is going to help you with hydration. It's going to help you stay full and satiated. So many benefits to drinking water. You know, our body's made up of 60 to 70% water anyway, so we're going to need a lot of water in our diet anyway. So you might as well try and get at least that gallon a day, or 2 liters to a gallon, you know. And just, yeah, stay hydrated, guys. You can add some electrolyte, maybe some pink Himalayan salt if you like, things like that. All right, guys, number 7, make sure that you're getting enough sleep. So what I mean by this is make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because, you know, you don't burn fat when you're training in the gym. You burn fat when you're recovering from your workout. And generally that's when you're sleeping. So when you're sleeping, you know, how much sleep should you be getting? You know, I recommend, you know, 7 to 9 hours a night, you know, to help you maximize muscle recovery, help you with your next training sessions for the next day, help you, you know, stay focused and, you know, get your strength back, you know. But if you're having like 5 hours of sleep a night, you can, sometimes when you have like really low sleep and really bad quality sleep, what happens is ghrelin, the hunger hormone in the body, and cortisol come grab you. You can feel that your hunger hormones go up. So you're probably going to eat more calories through the day to make up for the lack of sleep you had the night before. And cortisol, stress. So stress hormone can come up on you as well. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you could be overeating. I know I have, when I've had low amounts of sleep and I've been going to work, you know, on 3 hours sleep. You know, you need something to keep you up. So you might drink a few Red Bulls, get that caffeine, and you might eat a lot of sugar, you know, or extra calories that you don't normally eat because ghrelins coming up, and it's like, all right, you're tired, so I've got to counter it. How do I counter it? You're not going to sleep, so feed me. So that's that's how your body sort of works. All right, number 8, stop eating processed foods. If fast foods and snacks is the majority of your diet, no wonder why you have a huge belly. If you're willing to learn and make it yourself at home, then you can double the protein and half the calories and with all the flavor, guys. So if you have a look at my chef videos, guys, I try and lower the calories and double the protein. So I just adjust the macros on all these takeaway foods that make it easy for you guys to follow along and also make it more nutritious for you guys. So more protein, less fat, less carbohydrates. And I make it just taste, you know, it might be only a 9 out of 10, but a 9 out of 10's, you know, good enough in my opinion to help you lose weight. You know, your diet doesn't have to be boring, you know. You can have an amazing diet and still lose weight, you know, definitely. No, it's not the 1970s anymore. It's not like chicken and broccoli, you know, it's just boring. You know, you can make amazing food now and just lower the calories and double the protein. So that's what I do for you guys. I make it easy for you guys to follow along in my chef videos, you know, amazing desserts and sweets and everything. I've got everything, you know, burgers, pizzas, ice cream, you name it, I've got it. And if you need anything else you want me to cook, just let me know in the comments and I'll make it for you. Alrighty, guys. Number 9, don't have trigger foods in the house. What I mean by this, if you have trigger foods in the house that are easily accessible, like low quality foods like sweets, pastries, candies, cookies, ice creams, and chocolates and things like that, and you know you can't just have a small single serving and you're going to eat the whole amount. So it's like a trigger food. You have one and then you can't stop. I know I've done it many times, and that's why I don't have them in the house because I know what I'm like. So if you know that you're the same, if I do it, then you're most likely going to do it too, right? If you have a scoop of ice cream and you eat the whole tub and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, you're probably like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but you did it anyway. And yeah, so if you do live with people that eat a lot of rubbish in your house, just tell them to hide it away from you, you know, out of sight, out of mind type thing. You know, hide things in the house that you know that are trigger foods. And if they're easily accessible, you know, you're going to have it anyway. Just try not to have it inside because if it's inside, you're more likely to go, all right, I'll have one and then I'll have 20. And then you're like, oh, well, there goes my diet for the week. And then also, you know, if you are craving something and you don't have something in the house, you know, you can always walk to the store and get a single serving or drive to the store, get a single serving. By the time you start walking there, you probably won't feel like it when you get to the store anyway, to be honest. So, yeah, that's just a good tip that I've used to help me get leaner and leaner over the last few months. Yeah, that's definitely one that I've definitely used. All right, number 10, guys, find a cardio that you enjoy. I think the cardio that you actually enjoy is going to help you with weight loss. Because if you don't enjoy a cardio, you're most likely not going to stick to it. So I like power walking, cycling, and swimming. They're my 3 favorites. I don't mind the elliptical or stepper. They're okay as well. Might jump on there for 15, 20 minutes here and there. Not a huge fan. So if you're not a huge fan of something that you're doing, like if you hate the stepper for hypothetically, and you're doing a lot of steps and you know you might have a coach that goes, oh, get on the stepper, but you don't enjoy it, you're most likely not going to stick to it. So find a cardio that makes you happy, that makes you want to do it. I know I like power walking, so I'll go for a power walk, no worries, you know, 45 minutes to an hour, you know, try and hit that 10K steps within that hour and 20 minutes or so. And that's what sort of I enjoy. So if I enjoy it, I'm most likely going to do it. Calories. So yeah, with cardio, you don't want to be going into a huge caloric deficit, restricting your calories, going into a crash diet, because what happens generally, you're going to rebound and you're going to put it all back on. So you want to lose the weight slowly, build the muscle slowly, and you know, make sure you're hydrated, you're sleeping well, lose it, you know, try and aim for that 1 pound per week, or 1% of your body weight per week is pretty much maximum what you should be aiming for per week to sort of lose and cut down nice and slow and get to your goal body weight and then sort of go into a maintenance phase. and just sort of maintain. I recommend for women 18 to 25% is quite healthy, and men, 9 to 15, somewhere around there. In between that range, I feel pretty strong and I can recover. But when you get too lean, you start to feel like crap, your libido starts going. I've got some videos on my reels, guys, that tell you all about getting too lean and things like that. Feel free to watch them. Also, guys, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you need help with nutrition, training, dieting, have a look at my Instagram, have a look at my landing page. I'm going to help you guys with, training, nutrition, dieting, whatever you need. Send me a DM and I can give you some hot tips. All right, guys, thank you all. Appreciate it. Drop a like and share. Appreciate you.